Yes. All right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, welcome, everybody. Um, I'm doing a quick mic check. Can everybody kind of hear me? If you can hear me, just like type something on the comments thing. I think there's people from Twitter, Twitch. If you can hear me, please just post a comment just to let me know that everything's good because I don't know if you can hear me very well or not. Can you hear me? Can somebody post a comment or like a thumbs up or something like that? Oh, okay. So it seems like yeah, you can hear me. That's good. That's good. Thanks, Todd. Alrighty. So we're gonna get started now. Um, yes. Like so what's today? This is very like impromptu. I've been saying I wanted to do this. Like I've been meaning to do this for a while now. Yeah, my camera is here, so I should probably move this a little bit, yeah, so that doesn't look weird. But I've been meaning to do this for a while now, right? I've been trying to, like, I've been saying I want to do this for years. I want to like show people live how I work, right? Because a lot of times I produce stuff and I come back and I'm like, oh, go try this thing out. But today I was just like, okay, I like to teach, I like to talk, I like adventure. Why not just do all three at the same time, right? That's kind of what I figured out, right? So I was like, okay, cool. Um, so I'm currently creating another SaaS product actually, but there's another, this particular product that we're going to be creating is something that um, while I'm creating one of my SaaS products, a bunch of people like they might like we have a bunch of people like a specific customer that actually wants to potentially use this, and it's such an easy solution to build. And I was like, okay, let me go and see how we can build this. So what I'm going to do is it's not going to be structured today. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to be doing, what I'm going to be solving, literally, right? So today I'm going to be building a solution called BeltStripe, right? I actually need to. So it's called BeltStripe. Um, Now, what is BeltStripe? So I'll give you the backstory as to why the need for this particular solution arose. Like what made me do it, right? So um, as you may know or might not know, I am into martial arts. I love martial arts, right? I'm kind of into fitness. I'm not a fitness gym rat, but I'm into martial arts. I love martial arts. You can see my parallels behind me right here. Well, right there. Yeah, you can see my parallels right there. Yeah, right here. Exactly. So I do some bodyweight training, but at the same time, I go to the gym. But I also like to run. I'm just very active. Like I've never been overweight in my life, right? I've always been slim, right? And I like to stay that way. No disrespect to anybody that isn't. I just like to stay that way. I'm always intermittently fasting. I haven't had anything to eat today. In fact, I actually like doing work while I'm hungry because if you think about it, which wolf do you want to be scared of? The wolf that is hungry or the wolf that's just eating? You're scared of the wolf that's hungry because that's the lion or the wolf that you don't want to run into in the jungle. Anyways, so I like to do martial arts. So sometime last year, I signed into a new type of martial arts. Um, Specifically, right? I've always kind of done martial arts. I left for like a 10-year period. Then I came back. I found a place very near me, and I was like, okay, cool. And I went there. And because this is a complete academy, back in the days, I did martial arts in school. So it was a private lesson. They would come to school and teach us every Wednesday. But this one is a complete academy, right? It's a proper school. Like there's no playing. And what happened is it's kind of this weird thing where you would like hold on, let me see. Can I use this one? Yeah, I can use this one. It's kind of this weird thing where every day we would go to the academy, right? For the first, we would normally go around 7 o'clock. For the first few minutes, you have these like the cards. They look like this. They call it your attendance card. Now, what is an attendance card? An attendance card is like it's got January to December. and 1 to 31st, and then AM, PM, AM, PM, AM, PM, AM, PM, right? Each day. So 1st of January has AM, PM, AM, PM, AM, like that. Does that make sense? So it's a card. It's got your name on it. It's got your belt, which is your rank, right? And it's got all the months of the year, January to December, and it's got each of those days, 1st to 37. The whole idea is you would go every day and you would mark either, and I go for the PM classes. So I'd go like, okay, 1st of January, PM. And then that's like kind of like your attendance sheet. And you'd also sign in to a booklet like, hey, Sani Yusuf, my name, my signature, and also am I paying monthly or am I paying like daily, right? So some people pay per day, some people pay monthly, right? And pretty good. But here's the thing, the whole academy has got like 100+ cards. So we have to like sift through all these cards to find our own, right? And there's like 30 students. On average, we hover around 15 to 20, 15-ish, 20 people. But sometimes you have classes of 30. Now everyone has to sift through these cards to find their card, mark it, then sign in, then go to the mat, and then start the class. If you have 30 people sifting through more than 100 or 150 cards, it takes around 10 to 15 minutes of our class. It's very inefficient. And another thing is that particular attendance card. Once you leave the academy, that's it. There is nothing. You can never ever see your attendance card. So for those joining us, I'm just telling you what BeltStripe is, how it came about, and why I'm developing the solution called BeltStripe, or the new startup called BeltStripe. So I saw that and I was like, this is so inefficient. When I leave this place, I don't know how many classes I've done in a year. I know I'm paying money. I don't know how many classes I've done. I don't know how many classes I've missed. The teacher, and that's the thing. And it takes one bad spill. So imagine if I'm just drinking water and I spill on those cards. That's so I've messed up the whole academy's set of cards, right? So I started talking. I said, you know what? I want to do something about this. This is such an easy thing. I want to do something about this. Then when I started talking, I realized, hold on, solution here. And me being the bootstrapper I am, I always look for problems I have and I solve them. That's just how I've always worked. When I was at uni, I created a bus time application because I didn't have the one that worked for me. That's what I do. I solve problems. So that's what BeltStripe is basically. BeltStripe is a solution for martial arts, specifically jiu-jitsu, Gracie's jiu-jitsu. And the whole idea here is I'm just going to build up, but there's 3 different solutions I've come up with. You have the register, the digital register, which is the most important thing. And then you have the patient solution, not patient, student solution, and the coach solution, right? So today we're going to be creating the digital register. The digital register. I'm actually going to show you like what the digital register is. Just basically you come into the class, right? To the class, you put your name in there. It shows you an autocomplete of people's names, all the students' names. You select your name, you select your coach, right? You select your coach. You say, hey, coach this. And after selecting your coach, you select whether it's an AM or a PM class, right? AM or a PM class. And then you sign in, and that's it. The digital register is done. Now, from that digital register, we can then go ahead and create the student application, because now I have a record of what you have done as a student. And I have, then we can create the one for the coaches where they can also see who has done what on their behalf, on who has not done what. Does that make sense? So today we're kind of just going to make sure the idea works. We create the UI, and I've chosen Ionic, which is very simple, very straightforward, and then Angular because I know Angular. And that's kind of how we're going to be doing it. So if you have any questions, feel free to dump those questions at any point in time to show me. So without further ado, we're going to go on ahead. I'm going to share my screen shortly. Right. Ionic framework. Okay, now is the time where I need to. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to share my screen here, right? And so this is what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the Ionic framework. We're going to be using the Ionic framework. Um, I'm just going to make sure that, yes. And all the way, by the way, if you are live here, I see some people are live on Twitter, on Twitch, and Facebook. If you want to join, you can like message me on Twitter and I can actually add you. So maybe like you see me struggling with something or all of that. So we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna be using, and we're also gonna be using Angular framework, Angular framework, Angular.io. We're going to be using the Angular framework. Why are we using the Angular framework? Because that's the framework I'm very comfortable with. I know Angular pretty well. I'd say I know Angular pretty much to a very advanced level. Well, I was a Google developer expert in Angular until recently when I left the program. I think I know what I'm doing. And when it comes to Ionic too, I think I have a fairly nice idea of what I'm doing when it comes to these things, right? So we're going to go ahead and get this started. So let's go and create the app first. We're going to create the application. So I'm going to open up my terminal here. Let me just make this large so that you lot can see it. All right. And if it's too small, let me know. So I'm guessing everybody should be able to see this. So I'm just gonna CD into my desktop. I'm gonna create Ionic create, right? And I'm gonna use the Ionic CLI. So I already have the Ionic CLI installed. Ionic create. I'm gonna call this application BeltStripe, right? BeltStripe. So that's the name of my startup. Don't worry, I've already bought BeltStripe.com. Oh, not Ionic create, sorry, Ionic start, BeltStripe. So it's gonna ask me which one I want to use, Angular, Vue, or React. I'm gonna say I want to use Angular. And the one thing that Ionic has, it has a bunch of templates. You have a tabs template, a side menu template, a blank, a list, a camera and gallery, and a kitchen sink. I'm going to go for blank today. I want to use a blank application because our application is a one pager. And now it's asking me if I want to integrate capacitor. At this point in time, I'll say no. And then we go on from there. And by the way, guys, feel free to send me like tweets. If you're watching on Twitter, you can send me comments. I'm using StreamYard so I can see all your comments. I see some people on YouTube. I see some people on Twitch. There was one person on Facebook, but they're gone now. I think they might be back. So feel free to just share with all your friends as well that you think might find this like useful. So please share with people so we can all learn together. And if you see anything, feel free to comment. Feel free to send me a DM if you want to join in and like help out here. There's space for up to I think as many people as I wish because I'm on a premium account here. So yeah, we're gonna wait for this to sort of like do its thing. I have a pretty fast internet, so it should work now. And if you have any questions about BeltStripe, right, let me know. And I will sort of like let you know. Yeah. Especially designers. If you're a designer and you're watching this and you want to help out with like some fancy things, please feel free to let me know. I don't have money to pay you, Sha. But yeah, we'll do okay. Um, yeah. Yes. Okay, so we're waiting for this to work. This to work. This to work. My computer, this is why I think I need a new computer. I have 16 gigs of RAM and my computer is still deciding that it wants to um like like yes, we are done here. So clear, I would say ion cd into belt stripe, cd belt stripe, and this is now where I would run ionic I actually like using Ionic Lab just to show you. Oh, thank you very much. Someone Onati is saying well done. Thank you very much, Onati. And we also have Todd in the house. Todd from Utah. Todd is an amazing person. So Todd runs the Ionic Utah, and every time we've been to Utah, he's been great enough and gracious enough to host us, to help us with an event. Such a top lad. And Utah, if you've not been to Utah, Salt Lake City, such an amazing city. One or two people might try to convert you to the great religion, but yeah, apart from that, it's a really lovely place, and I really have a problem with that. Okay, pretty good. So we're gonna use Ionic Lab, and if you haven't used Ionic, this might all new to you. Ionic Lab is basically a command that wants you to, let's just put yes here. It serves your application where you can see you can see applications running on both iOS and Android. Um, so let's see. I think it does this on localhost 8200. Let's see if we can. Okay. Something's not right here. Let's do this again. Ionic Lab. Okay. So this is gonna go ahead and create the bundle for us. Oh, somebody said they found the link. Yeah. Found the link. Yes, please feel free to share the link. I'm very bad when it comes to the like I for somebody that uses social media a lot, I don't know how to make stuff go viral or anything like that. So feel free to share the links with your friends and all of that. So I'm gonna say yes. So we're gonna install Ionic Lab. And again, feel free to ask questions about Ionic, Angular, this particular application. If you're just joining us, we're creating an app for martial arts. It's going to be it's a startup. This is a startup that I really want to use with people. So feel free. Okay, so we have it open. Actually, I can see. Let's go back to localhost 8200. Now, you can see that we have this is our application. So I'm going to make this a little bit larger, I guess, so that people can see. So this is the blank application working, right? The reason why you are seeing this black is because my computer is always set to dark mode. And because it is set to dark mode, Ionic automatically converts it to dark mode for me. If I go ahead and change my computer to light mode, so let me actually go and do that here. So I'm going to say display, right? Or settings. Let's say display. So I'm going to change my computer now to light mode. Like I'm legit going to say, okay, go back here. I think you do that by going to general, right? And you can see it's always in dark mode. I don't have the automatic. So if I say light mode now, I change my computer back to light mode. You can see that Ionic automatically changes back to light mode. Isn't that pretty cool? I think that's pretty cool. The app automatically goes to the light mode, right? I think for the sake of this particular thing we're doing, we're going to stick to light mode. We'll stick to light mode so that it's much more easy for everybody to see, because not everybody's used to dark mode, but most people are used to light mode. Then we can always view that. And this is what Ionic Lab does. It shows you the iOS and the Android variations of your application. But if you just go to localhost 8100, you'd be able to see your application run in full screen, all right? And this is basically the full screen version of the app, right? So before we proceed, any questions about anything? If you're just joining, feel free to ask any questions. Do we have any questions, or does anybody have any problems before we proceed? Okay, I don't think we do. Okay, without further ado, so we're gonna go ahead, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open up WebStorm, which is my preferred IDE. I know some of you like using Visual Studio Code, stuff like that. I'm not a big Visual Studio Code fan. I'm a WebStorm fan. I pay for it, so I have to I love it. It just gives me way much more ability. You can see it does make my computer crawl a little bit, but apart from that, it's a pretty lovely app. Okay, so somebody has a question. Why did you say no to the capacitor question? What does capacitor provide that you do not need? That's a great question. I'm saying no to capacitor because capacitor, it gives us like extra tools to do things like push notifications and all of these things across iOS, Android, and the web. I don't think I'm going to be needing that at this point in time. If I am, I can always add it later. So that's why I put no. I'm just concerned about the web application itself now, because obviously we cannot build this entire solution today. We're just gonna build what we can. So that's why I said no to capacitor. But good question, Chowtran. Okay. So I'm gonna open up BeltStripe. I'm just gonna go to BeltStripe, and I'm gonna open that up in Web Store, and yeah, and here we go. We have our project here, an Ionic project. Okay, I think my computer is slowing down a little bit. Or should I just leave this in auto? No, let me leave it in light mode so that I can come and change it later. Okay, so somebody asked another question. Hassan Yarks, what will you be using to build the web? Sorry, I'm just joining now. So Hassan, we are using Ionic. Ionic is what we're using to build everything. Ionic and Angular. It's an Ionic and Angular stack, right? That's what we're using to build. We're building a martial arts application, right? Okay. So good question there. I hope that answers your question. Feel free to dump these questions at any point in time, guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is, for the coders in the house, I'm going to sort of like this is one thing I don't like about WebStorm. It doesn't allow me make oh, I can resize. That's amazing. Oh, okay. I need to close this here, the Lightroom stuff. My computer is really crawling. It is really crawling. So I'm gonna have to close a few other applications. Let me just, while this is happening, I'm just gonna go close some other applications here. I'm gonna close my WhatsApp. I'm gonna close Slack. Yeah, of course we should close Slack. We don't need Slack. I'm going to try to close a lot of the stuff, like hold on, that we do not need. So yes, I'm just closing. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm just trying to get more memory. I'm just trying to get more memory here. I think we're good to go now. We kind of have a lot of. I've closed some tabs, making sure we're all good. And yes. Okay. So someone's like, time for an upgrade if you're going to start live streaming the project. I agree. Maybe that's a nice gift for somebody. Yeah, my birthday's in a couple of months. All my friends that are watching, hey, get me a 32 gig. I'm waiting to see the M2 first of all. I just installed Big Sur from scratch and everything runs much faster. Yeah, probably. I think I just need more memory. That's the thing. I'm using a 16 gig, which is a pretty good machine. i7 16 gigs of RAM. To 2018 MacBook Pro, I believe is mine, or 2019. Yeah. So, anyways, I think we can resize this a little bit. Let's see if we can resize this. Let's see. Oh, nope. This is not what we want. This is not what we want. This is not what we want. I'm trying to see how I can make this font a little bit larger, right? How can I make this larger? Move to. I'm pretty sure there's a presentation mode, right? Like this presentation mode window. Let's see. If anybody knows how to do this, that like a presentation mode that Visual Studio Code has, but I don't think WebStorm has it. I would think WebStorm would probably have it. But anyways, this is a standard Ionic application. What's it called? So can everybody see this? Oh, okay. So somebody said Command Shift A. Command Shift A. Doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me. Command Shift A, enter. Huh? Yeah, it doesn't work for me. We'll leave it like that, right? So I think everybody's complaining that it's tiny, right? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This is one thing, the one time you see me use VS Code, because VS Code is pretty good for that. Um, I'm still gonna go back to WebStorm, but for the sake of this, I'm just gonna open up something on VS Code. So I'm gonna be go uh uh views, appearance, presentation mode. Okay, thank you. Okay, enter presentation mode. What does that do? Oh, 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 oh. Okay. All right. I don't know how to leave this place now. How do I get rid of presentation mode? Views, appearance. Oh, here we go. Exit presentation mode. Yeah. What I want to do is I like for the files themselves, WebStorm, right? I can do this. Now let's open this file. I can just simply do this, right? I can just make this larger. You can do that with WebStorm, but what I want to do, does anybody know how to make this particular side larger? That's what I want to do. I want to make this a little bit larger. I think we're spending so much time trying to make this larger. Um, um, yeah, yeah. If anybody knows how to make here larger, they can have my money. So for the meantime, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna open this on Visual Studio Code. Um, okay, somebody says it's in preferences. Um, preferences. Let's see if we can figure it out on WebStorm. If we can, now we're engineers, we can solve this, right? I'm guessing it will be in appearance, menus, and toolbar, right? Um, Main toolbar, main menu. Um, Bloody hell, I'm not sure. Appearance, behavior, appearance. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Appearance and behavior. Um, I'm not sure I see how we can make this a little bit larger. It's okay. Presentation mode on is fine. Let's just use Visual Studio Code to demonstrate the files. Open. We're not gonna waste too much time on that. We're gonna go to open desktop, BeltStripe. I see everybody saying basically. I can see the comments, the font size. BeltStripe. Where's BeltStripe? BeltStripe. A B C. Yeah, there we go. This is what Visual Studio Code does really, really well. Okay, so VS Code is just Command Shift plus, like Command Shift plus, Command plus. So this is all I want to demo to you lot right here, so that you can see these files. Let's make them as large as possible. So this is your standard Ionic application. Now we're just using Visual Studio Code. So you have it's an Angular application. You have all these things here. We're not going to spend too much time, but you have like a standard application. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shift over here. We're going to go, and this is what we're seeing here. We have the home page, the Ion router component, and inside of our home page, we have like the the app component, HTML, app component, CSS, and I actually haven't written Ionic in a minute. So we're going to be doing this together. So we can see that here, it takes us to the homepage module, and the homepage module takes us to the homepage router module, and we're going to the homepage here. And this is basically what we are seeing. This is what we're seeing. It's taking us to this. This is basically what we're seeing. So I'm going to make this larger here. I always say try and make sure it fits 21 lines on the screen, right? No more than 21 lines. Let me use Prettier here. Actually, let me just install Prettier. So I'm going to open up the terminal. I'm going to say npm install Prettier. If you don't know what Prettier is, Prettier makes like your code look really nice. And npm install dash d prettier is basically saying go and save it in the dev dependencies, right? Okay, so install, we should wait for it to go. Okay, all right. So if I do Command Shift P now, oh, it makes everything look pretty amazing. We follow me so far? Okay, good. So we have the home page here. Let me kind of show you what I want to do for the home page. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you a diagram I created. Let me go to slides.com so that we can kind of get the idea of what we're trying to do here, right? BeltStripe, open deck, view the deck, right? Okay. I'm gonna bring this here, right? And I'm gonna make this full screen. So this is kind of what I want to build here. This is what we're trying to build. You come in here, you see the belt stripe here, right? And it says sign in by searching your name. We have a thing here. You put your name in there, and then when you do that, the autocomplete will work. So you can see sort of like your particular name, and then from there, you basically, this comes up here. You select your coach, all right? After you select your coach, you select what class you want, the AM or the PM class, and then you just click sign in and it has all your information in there, right? So we're gonna start with the templates so that we can build these pages first. So we have a bunch of pages and then we can come back, right? That kind of thing. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody good? Okay. All right, good stuff. So I'm just gonna do this here. We're gonna make this page. We're just gonna say BeltStripe. Okay, BeltStripe, and you know what would be great? We could actually just hold on so that we can have the preview always working with us as well. Let me get the preview for this. Yeah, so we can get the preview open and running with us here. We can put it on this side here. Let's make this a little bit larger, right? Or let's actually just use this one. This is the BeltStripe preview, right? And we will make our code also a little bit like this, right? So we can show this here. Exactly, right? This should be pretty good for us. We have the preview on the right-hand side here, and we have the code on this side, right? So as we're making changes, we can see, right? Okay, so, and remember, we can always go back to what we're trying to do. So I'm just gonna say BeltStripe. I still haven't figured out if this is gonna be one word or 2 words or for now, yeah, I'll just figure it out. So I'm just gonna save, do that. This is the header here. We're just gonna say BeltStripe, and so we have a title that says Ion header, the title of the header, and Ion content. I'm not really a fan of this. Hold on. Oh, this is for the application itself. So this is the content area. This header and this header are different. So here we're gonna put BeltStripe as well. And the reason is so that when we change that, if we look at the mobile view, this changes from blank to BeltStripe, so we remove this here, and then we go to, all right, now we really want to get into starting to create our application and like doing what we need to do. And this is where we're going to try to replicate this basically, right? So there's something called the ion item that just allows us to do that. We're just going to use that quickly. Ionic gives us a lot of cool stuff. Um, so I'm just going to say here, instead of this paragraph here, I'm just going to remove all of this. And maybe we can say, let's see, sign in by, okay, no, we don't need that. We're going to add this thing here. We're going to say ion item. And here, ion label. So we're just going to add a little item here on the label. I'm just going to say, we're going to use this sign in by searching your name. Sign in. Oh, let's change it to search your name to sign in, right? Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. We have this here. Let's see what it looks like on mobile. I don't know. I don't really like this actually. I'm not sure I like this. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and use a normal H1, or let's say a H2 here, like a normal header. Sign in. Right. All right. Why is this central? Let me see. The CSS, maybe the homepage CSS. Yes. So there is a. Okay. The container has a text align center. Yes, the text align is fine, but I'm not a fan of the. I think this is too much. I think let's leave it at 20%, right? 20% of the screen. Let's go a little bit higher. Yes. 50%. Let's see, 20% and minus 20%. Yeah, I think this is good. And class, there's some class attributes we can use margin. Or we can just add ion margin really. Oh, we need to spell this correctly. Or nope. We go here. Let's add a margin to, let's say, margin X, right? This is X. This is Y axis, right? Margin. So we can do margin and just do left. We'll say maybe 20 pixels, and margin right. We can also say 20 pixels. Let's add some margin in here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This looks about right. Looks about right. But anyways, I think we're actually worrying about styling here. Let's just leave this away for now. Um, so the most important thing we want to do is we really just want to get this sign in search your name. So now we're gonna go ahead and add uh, a, what's it called? We're gonna add something that has to do with like interesting. I'm just beginning to think maybe we should change this from a, because if you look at my sketch here, my very bad sketch, I want you to enter your name here. But Ionic has this great thing called the, let me get a browser window open somewhere here. Let me open the Ionic framework documentation. Ionic framework.com. I'm just gonna open this on a separate tab of its own, and I'll make this large. So if you look at the Ionic framework, it has this component called let's see, if you go to the documentation and you go to the UI components, there's something called the search, right? The search bar. Exactly. This is what we're looking for, right? It's a search bar. And I think we can take advantage of using this particular search bar, right? Because why? Remember, somebody could be on their phone or it could be on their laptop, but why don't we just take advantage? So instead, we would just use a button here that would be like basically click here to start what's it called? And for that, we also have an ion button here, right? So we could use an ion button. So I think we should use that. I think we should just go ahead and copy one of these buttons here, right? And place them out here, right? And say, let's say, sign in. Let's just say, welcome to BeltStripe, right? Sign into class, right? Yes. So basically, actually, now it's probably not a bad idea to make this what it was originally, which is right smack bang in the middle. I think it actually makes sense to be in the middle, right? Exactly. You come in there, that's the first thing you see, you click that. By the way, at this point in time, do we have any questions for the people watching? I can see we have most of our viewers from Twitter. Do you have any questions? Any questions? All good? Can you hear me fine? Am I moving too fast? Is it all good to everybody watching? Just give a thumbs up in the chat or something like that. We all good? Okay. All right. Well, no complaints. So I'm just gonna go on ahead. So this is what we have. We have a Fosa here. Oh, this guy is a legend. He is an absolute legend. And I'm hoping that Fosa, when you come around, we are going to do a React one together at some point, so that you can teach me some React and school me on that. And yeah, like the old days. But anyways, okay, good stuff. Everybody's saying it's all good. So we're just gonna like sign in. Welcome to BeltStripe. Fosa is probably cringing, right? Because Efosa is like a great designer, and he's probably looking at my designs here like, look, he's got a margin somewhere wrong. You know how designers can be, very, very particular. Anyways, this is the best I can do. Welcome to sign into class. So we would make sure that when they click this, we take them to the page that they're going to be able to see and sign in to and see their stuff. So I think we're good to go here. I think this is sign into class. Although I would like to make this primary. So now we're just gonna wire this button here with a clicker and say what's it called, on sign in button clicked, right? So sometimes I like to name my events like this, where like on sign in. So this is the method that's going to run, and I'm just going to go and create this particular method, and on sign in method clicked, right? Let me just make this larger, and I'm going to just disable ESLint. How am I going to do that as well? WebStorm. I'm just going to say no, I want to disable you, damn it. There we go. More actions. Oh, there we go. I simply want to disable you. How do I disable this thing? What's happened to WebStorm? Does anybody know how to disable this ESLint thing? Uh, okay, there's a way you could disable it just globally. I don't know why. Anyways, so the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go back to our terminal here. Where's the terminal? I'm just going to open up the terminal and I'm going to generate that particular new page that we want to create, which is the search page, right? So I'm going to say Ionic generate page uh, search student, right? Because that's what we're doing. The students are searching themselves. So a search student page, right? Okay. And we've got that page here. So if we go here, we're going to be able to see our, like another page has been added called search student. One great thing with this is not only does it add, what's it called? We can add this to Git as well. Yeah, just add, make sure it's something. And here we can actually update this file here. So we can say um, um, added. Let's do this. Let's show this. We don't need you to analyze. We don't need to check who's the author. I am added sign in page. Added home page, right? So this is what we did here, and then we're gonna go and persist this into Git as well. We are gonna say so that we can have um, um, uh, added search student page and path. Right? Okay, we're good to go. Okay, we're good to go now. And the next thing we're going to do is to really, first of all, navigate to this class so that when you click this, we navigate to that particular page. And we can use the standard router or we're literally just going to go and add the Ionic router. So private router. We're going to add that router here, right? And we're going to say this dot router dot navigate, right? And we're simply just going to add this, and we're saying we're going to go to this path, which is the if we go here, it's called the search student route, right? So we're just going to say you're going to go to search student, and we close this here. Why is this complaining? Unexpected dangling in underscore router. I have no idea what this. I just want to disable exlint. Can I just disable you? I just need you to shut up. Does anybody know how to disable ESLint for like web store? Just to tell it like I don't want you. Anybody watching? Might have to Google this one. Might have to Google this one. Hold on. Disable ESLint. So, let's see how we can do this one. Okay, so apparently we can go to settings. Settings, some preferences. We go to editor, and we go to inspections. Okay, I see that. I think we're looking for ESLint, right? I think it will be on the TypeScript, right? Oh no, it'll be on the JavaScript. Okay, there you go. Boy, I don't know how to do this. Oh, here we go. Yes, I want to disable ES links. Can we disable ES link? And this should go. Thank you very much. Yes, we have disabled it. Okay. All right, we're good to go. We figured this out. Now we don't have those pesky warnings. So now if I click this, sign into class, we go to this the search student page. If I check here, the search student page. Uh, it's interesting. We should be able to use the Ionic router so that the Ionic router would know to add this automatically. So I'm going to use, because we are using the Ion router here, right? Where is it? If I go to the home page, right, the Ion router outlet. So Ion router outlet, there's a way we can actually do that so that we automatically have a back button. Ion router outlet. Yep. And we should be able to we should be able to do this. I just want us to get the benefits of the search menu. Or maybe we should just use a modal to make everything just easier, right? Guys, what you think? We should just use a modal. It's a one pager. Why do we need another page, right? Let's use a modal. What do you think? Modal? Anybody? I think we should use a modal. Because at we should just use a modal, and then let's use a modal. Yes, I think we should use a modal. Yes, let us use a modal window. Yes. Let's use a modal instead, because so that we don't have to worry about all of this. Why are we the modal will just come up and do its thing. So I'm going to say instead on sign in button clicked, right? Let's come here and we'll say we'll use the modal controller here. We'll come here, we'll say private. I always like to make my stuff private. Modal controller, right? We call the modal controller, right? Make everything prettier. And then we can say const search modal. So this is my style guide. Whenever I use a const, it's all uppercase for me. Uppercase, snake case is what I do. And I'm just going to say await. Well, I need to mark this method as async. So I can use async await. Await this modal controller create, and this is what allows you to create a modal with Ionic. So I'm then gonna say, first of all, what I'm gonna do, basically, you're gonna need to provide a component, right? So in this case, I'm just gonna say, do we actually need a page? That's the question. Okay, it doesn't really matter whether we need a page or not. It's all good. We're gonna say search student page, right? Search student page, and that's kind of all we need. We can provide some CSS classes if we wanted to, but at this point in time, I would just say return await search modal dot present. I'll call the present method present. Yes, method here. And we do that, and then now we can try. I don't know what this is. We can remove this. We can save this. We can see If I say sign into class, the modal window comes up, and then obviously we can add our close modal and stuff like that. Whatever we want to to remove the modal itself, if that makes sense. Um, I think that's one thing. Hold on, let me see this dot model controller. Okay. Okay. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is you can see that we have our search student um, method here. Yes. Hey, Alan has joined the show. If you don't know who Alan is like the god of Ionic for React. Like everything Ionic React, he's like the dude. He's like the guy. He's like a Kratos of Ionic. So and he's got to teach me how to use this React thing. So it's his fault that I don't know React. I blame it solely on him. See, can't trust people from Belfast. I promise you, can't trust them. Can't trust them. Anyways, jokes aside, we're just gonna persist this. The modal open modal for search student added. I kind of like to make my commit messages very verbose. And now we're gonna open that home page. Sorry, the search student page. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna start wiring things up here. So let's make it a little bit larger. Ion toolbar. We're going to add a bunch of buttons, right? So Ion title here, we're gonna Ion toolbar. No, not toolbar. Ion buttons, right? And in there we can have an Ion. I guess we need to give it a row. No, position. I can't remember where, if you want to put like start, or let me just search the documentations. Let's search the documentation here. Ion buttons. Yes, there we go. I think you can have slot is the one, slot. So start and end. So at the right hand side. So I would say slot is what I'm looking for, and I would just say end. And then I'll add a bunch of buttons here. I would just say Ion button, right? I'm just gonna add an icon button. So Ion icon, and the name of the icon I'm gonna use is let's actually go to the Ionicons library and see what the name of the icon. You can tell I haven't worked with Ionicons in a while. By the way, if anything from my browser history shows up, don't judge me. I am only human. So if my OnlyFans page happens to show up, yeah, don't judge me. I'm just kidding. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. This is the one I'm looking for. Close. The name is close. And let's see what that does. So sign into class, and now we can see that close exactly. So we want to then wire this button to say on click on close button and close button clicked, right? I'm gonna just create this method here. Let's make this larger, and I'm gonna call the private modal controller here, and I'm just gonna say that modal controller dot dismiss. We're just gonna dismiss that. You can just use async await yeah, I think, so that we have good code. Now if we go back there and we click this and we click that, it's just going to close. So the modal controller has a hierarchy of how many modals. When you just call dismiss, it just kind of says, okay, I'm just going to go create and dismiss, but you can dismiss a specific modal itself. But when you use the modal controller itself to call the dismiss method, it just says, remove everything. It's like think of it as a stack of letters, right? When you create a modal, one gets created, added to the stack, another one, and you can decide to reach out to each letter in the stack. However, in case you just want to like remove everything on the screen to come back to your normal the layer, think of it as layers, right? And just remove everything. You just call the dismiss controller. So we kind of have that now. So the student page, we can also just do something like search your name. And this is where we're going to use that particular component that I talked about, the ion search component, which is a very interesting component. So the search bar, and that's what we're going to go ahead and put inside of that. That just allows us to do this basically, right? So that the students can put their name, they can search their name, and then we can just do our thing and do all of that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just put it's interesting. Well, how do we do this? I think, yeah, the default one, search bar with cancel button always shown. No. Let's just use the default, really. I'm just going to use the default, really. I'm just going to move this to Angular, by the way, so I'm seeing Angular specific documentation. Yes, and the type is, what types do we have here? Type, we have name. Name is the one we're going to go use, name. Right? So I'm just going to go in here and I am interested in seeing, let's actually see how this works here. Okay. Let's see. Nope, we're not going to do that. Sign into class. This comes up, this closes. 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 Okay, good. So a part of me wants to just add this here in the toolbar so that it works very well. Let's see what that looks like. Do we want to do that? Or do we want to have a secondary toolbar? Actually, I think that might be the great idea, right? We should have a secondary toolbar, sort of like that. I'm pretty sure that's what they have done here. They have a secondary toolbar. So ion toolbar, where's the toolbar? We can add as many toolbars as we want, but okay, let's see. Let's go back here. Let's see if we can add another toolbar. Can we have? Does anybody know if we can have more than one toolbar in Ionic in the header? Well, there's only one way to really find out, right? Let's see how ugly we can make this look. So let's try the ion search bar here, and we'll sign into class. Oh, that's not a bad look. That's not as bad as I thought. Yeah. Do you guys think this is? Do you think this is better, or should we put it in the ion content? Let's see. Let's create this toolbar. Let's create this toolbar here. I think, yeah, I think I prefer the former, not the latter. So I think this is better, right? So we kind of have like the toolbar showing right in there. Search your name here. We kind of have this toolbar. Oh, somebody just gave me an amazing compliment. I love you, Sani. Been following you on Twitter and YouTube. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I would kiss you, but I don't know if that will be appropriate for you. So yeah, but thanks. So somebody just said, see Ionic 3 example of search bar here. So this is a pretty good example of somebody. More than one, yeah, pretty sure you can. Ion content will just adjust around it exactly, and I think we've just shown that we can. So I think this looks better. So hmm, um, now we can go ahead and just change this to this toolbar, the first toolbar, to find name, find name. Okay. Let's just give it some space here. Yeah. Let's leave the toolbar that way. And what I want us to do is, first of all, I want the type to be name, and then I want us to I think, does it have a placeholder? Placeholder, search bar, ion search. Where's search? Search, ion search. Does it have a placeholder? That's an interesting thing. So does it have a placeholder property that we can use? So it has autocorrect, autocomplete. So you can see some of the amazing things. Let me make this documentation larger. Yeah. So you can see that the Ionic stuff gives you, like, you can decide to use autocomplete. Um, um, oh no, I think type would be text, isn't it? You can see enter key hint here. So many things we can do. Input mode is what we're looking for, actually, and then we can put text, right? So here, input mode equals text, just to make sure, because this is a name. Yeah, it does have a placeholder, so we can actually go placeholder. Placeholder equals search your name, right? Like, let's see that working. I always forget how to properly. So here, I always forget how to properly link the search to quick search update the list. So this is my go-to example. Oh, okay. All right. So here, exactly, search your name. Um, um, I just like to add dot 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 for whatever reason. Don't ask me why. It's just something I like to do whenever, like, I have something in there. It just always looks good. I don't know. User experience people in the room. Why does dot 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 just look good? We have a lot of loyal viewers here. We have viewers on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook. Thank you very much for joining. And if you have any questions, feel free to do. And if you want to comment as well, just send me a message. I should probably be keeping an eye on my Twitter. Mm. Yeah, and feel free to share. By the way, right? Like, feel free to share. Um, so, okay. We now have this search toolbar. I believe we kind of have it um, where we want it to be. Um, Type. Yes, we kind of have it where we want it to be, right? Oh, animated true. Somebody's saying we should try animated true. Let's see. Animated. Let's search this. Let's see. Let's search this. Thank you for that, Alan. Animated. Animated. I did not know about that. Default to false. So let's go ahead. Animated. Okay, let's see. No, it's we can use it as a boolean. Oh, blimey. Nice. Thanks for that, Alan. I had no idea about that one. Nice. Pretty nice, I say. Anyways, enough messing around here. Search your name. Now we have, let's look at our page. We can come here, we can click sign in, and we can go ahead and, like, start working around the what's it called? How do we do this now? Okay, so when you click this name, we are going to then most likely like, when you click this page, we will then show you this results, and then we bring out all the other stuff, right? All the fancy stuff. So I wonder how we're going to do this. I wonder how we're going to do this. So if you let's go back to my very poor design here. You have this autocomplete, and then I want you to search your coach, right? Right. Which means you can search your coach, then we can really show you what we want to show you, right? Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. So how are we gonna search the coach? Coach. Um, so it's interesting. When you select that person, I think we have to take the person to their profile, right? That's the whole idea. You select that, the modal window will close, and then you would, huh? So, guys, what do you think? Do we when you come here? Let's look at what we have right now, right? If we click this modal window comes up with your name and all of that. When you just click that, what do you think should happen? Should we take another person to another modal window, or should we go to like a separate page where we are navigating to a proper page? If that does that make sense? Like we navigate to a proper page. I want to keep it as one like layer as possible. Something is telling me to just open up another modal with the details of that particular person, right? If that makes sense. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Because with that way, then it's any what's it called? I'm kind of stuck here. Any recommendations? Drink some water. What do we do here? The first thing I want us to test, actually, while we're doing this, let's just go ahead and test our like our autocomplete stuff, right? Or should we bother doing that now? Iron search. Um, Ion search. And search bar and overlay comment is stuck. Somebody said overlay comment is stuck on the stream, dude. It didn't disappear when highlighted. Oh, okay. I think we're good to go now. Is everything good now? Are we good? Are we good? Okay. Okay. Cool. Let me just make this look a little bit more believable, right? So in the content area, I'm just gonna have an ion list. I'm gonna have an ion list here, right? And in the ion list, I'm just gonna create some dummy data, really. Like, let's say ion item and ion label, right? Actually, we can even go. Where is the ion item? Ion item. Ion. Pretty sure there's a way you can have an ion item with an icon exactly like that, That's what I was looking for. I guess you'd have an ion icon, and you can provide something, right? So I'm guessing we would have like an ion icon, and then I think you should have a slot start, right? And then this would be slot end, right? And I would just say name. Let's look at Ionicons library. Come on. Let's look for like a user type icon. Uh, um, oh yeah, somebody's saying the ion thumbnail may be better. It probably will be, but only if we have like an actual image, right, for the thumbnail. So I don't have an image now. That's probably what we'll be using, because at some point you want to differentiate between males and females as well, right? So that like if like a female should search, like, because two people can have the same name, but just that would really help out. And I think it's user, right? There you go. That's the one I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. User. Yeah, yeah. Person is the one I'm looking for. Name is person. And let's say, let me start with my name, Sani Yusuf. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, yeah. A little bit ugly, but I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like this. No, I don't like it. I don't know. I just don't. I just don't. Uh, Let me see if I can do this actually. Let me hack it around. Remove this here. Let's see. No, I'm just gonna remove the icon for now. I don't really. Oh wait. Actually, let's do this. Yeah. Looks like we got it. Um, we might need to. Uh, let's put some margins in here. Um, how would we do this? Let me put this inside span. Move icon back out of label with start slot. So somebody's saying move icon back out of label. Okay. So this is what you want us to do. Okay. Yeah, this is way much better. I think this is way much better. Thank you, Todd. Um, um, yeah, we can just leave this here. And then we can just apply some CSS classes. I'm pretty sure there's some helper classes, right? Like margins and stuff, to just easily provide like some margins, something like that, like some helper classes. I'm pretty sure, like, right? Like you can have, pretty sure you can have like some quick margin. I just don't want to, I mean, we can just do it with CSS, right? Okay. Just style this stuff. Margin, left, maybe just like 10 pixels worth of margin. Yep, that should be good. Yeah, I know. I'm using inline styles. There we go. Isn't she lovely? Okay, maybe 15. Or let's just say 10 R 15 REM. So we have a relative. All right. Okay, maybe not 15. Oh, sorry, 1.5. There you go. That's much nicer. That's right. I think this is nice. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and duplicate this. Now I'm gonna put the okay, probably a good idea to centralize this. Search student SCSS dot text margin right, and then we can just put something like margin left, text margin left 1.5 rem. Let's just use two. I'm getting greedy. Okay. So we go back here, and we can just remove this here. We can just say let's use a class instead, right? Yep. Okay. So now we can come in here and put some of my favorite martial artists. Let's see, Jet Li. Yeah, I train with Jet Li. So what? It's not your business. Here we can have Israel Adesanya. Right? We can have Israel Adesanya. We can have Michael J. White. We can have Conor McGregor. And let's put Khabib Nurmagomedov. And my final one is Hasbullah Magomedov. You don't know who Hasbullah is? Then you need to go Google it. All right. So let's see. Let's have a look at that. Look at all these fighters: Sani Yusuf, Jet Li, Israel Adesanya, Michael J. White, Conor McGregor, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and Hasbullah Magomedov. Right? Okay, we're good to go. So this is kind of how it will look when somebody's searching in here. All right, we don't have to wire up all that data. We'll probably do that on another stream. It depends if we have some time. I don't want to go beyond 3 hours here. We're already an hour and a half ish. I'm probably aiming for the 2 hour mark. So that's the next question. Back to our question: do we want to make this the next page a? Do we want to make the next page a modal? I guess it would just be a modal, right? I guess it would be a modal window, with the profile of the person, their name, and all of that, and stuff. And then we can sort of like select, right? So I guess now is a good time for us to create some dummy data. Why don't we go ahead and create some dummy data? Let's create a service first of all. We can close this guy. We don't need this guy no more. Don't need ya. Okay, so here, let's create a service here. Ionic generate service. Let's call it student. Yeah. Let's call it student profile service. Okay. So we have a service here, and basically this is what's going to allow us to create that the data of that particular student and all of that. So one of the things I want us to do as well is to create let me delete this. Right, I actually want to delete this. I don't like creating my services naked. What I mean by naked is like as the top level stuff. I like them in a folder called services. We're gonna go back here, and we're gonna open this guy up again and say, hey, we want to create those things, but we want to add them as services. And just in case, Ionic G's generate as a service is just a shorthand method. You can do that as well. Then the next thing I want to go ahead and do is I've created the service. That's good. In here, I'm just going to go ahead and write um, hmm, I would just create this here, a folder called types, right? And in this folder, I'm gonna create my first type. This is the TypeScript file. I'm gonna say uh, user, but B or user, right? Yeah. So the whole idea is I'm just gonna say I want to create a bunch of interfaces. So the first interface I'm gonna create is export interface student. So a student would have, let's say, an ID here of Eddie. Have an ID. You would have a let's see, first name, right? And this is going to be a string. You'll have a last name as well, right? And let's say date. Well, we don't actually need the created date because by definition this will have that in MongoDB. But you know what? For the sake of that, created it created uh, date like I'm even gonna have a bunch of like class history. This is where we add the student's class. Actually, we don't necessarily need that. That's just going to be in a class. What's it called? So they created they created. For now, we just need a name. They created, and that's pretty much it. Really, first name, right? We don't even need all of this. And then I'm just gonna create another one for the teachers, for the coaches, instructors. They have a first name. They have a last name. And that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. We're done here. And in this student page, I'm just gonna create an array here. Student list type array student equals bunch of arrays, and then I'm just gonna we're gonna make this optional now. Optional now for now, right? Yep. So the first one, actually, why did I just make that optional? Doesn't need to be optional. They're mandatory now. Okay. So I'm just gonna say first student ID is 1. First name Sunny. Last name Yusuf. Right. And I'm just gonna duplicate this. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're gonna change this. Okay. So this one is number 2. I'm gonna say Israel Adesanya, right? Number 3 is Habib Nurmagomedov, right? Number 4 is Conor McGregor. Yep, we have Conor McGregor at number 4. We have number 5. Let's make number 5 who? My favorite guy, Hezbollah. I go Medov. Create some dummy data in there. Hezbollah Magomedov. Number 6. I just thought about more. Bruce Lee. Right. Number 7. Michael J. White. Right. And of course, I was gonna add Jackie Chan. Come on, man, he's a legend. Number 8, we're gonna put Jackie Chan. Okay, and we're gonna use this data now. Just come in here and be like, you know, somewhere here, student list is the name of the thing, student list. And we can go on ahead here, go back to our HTML page, and now just, yeah, we can just clean this nonsense up, right? We can really just iron this, that, okay? So ng4, let student of student list, and here we say first name, student, dot last name, right? And then now we save it, and it's just gonna go ahead and loop and loop and loop and loop and loop, right? So if we sign into class now, you can see Sani Yusuf, Israel Adesanya, Conor McGregor, or Israel Adesanya. As a Nigerian, I should say it properly, not that Adesanya, how it's being said. Khabib Nurmagomedov, Conor McGregor, Hezbollah Magomedov, Bruce Lee, Michael J. White, and Jackie Chan. Right, some of my favorite fighters, but of course, the favorite one is the best one. Of course, number 1 right there. I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Someone's here. Someone Dikachi. Hi, welcome. Okay. Yeah. So we're here. We're live. So next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is really, now we've kind of done this. We're going to go ahead and create the modal, right? We're going to go ahead and create the modal for the patient. Sorry, the student. So before we do that, let's persist all of these into memory. So added student and instructor interface, right? We did that. Added dummy data, right? Here we go. We got those 3. We added the dummy data, and we're kind of good to go from there on, right? We're amazing to go. the next thing we need to do is to really go ahead and um, clear BeltStripe. We're saying Ionic G page. We're gonna call this page student sign in page, right? Student sign in. Because the next page is this page that we're trying to go and create. This is the page that the student will see a list of coaches available that he can select from, and then like select that particular coach, select the, how do you say, like the whether it's AM or PM class, and we're good to go, right? Okay, good. Yeah, we probably should write whether what belt they are, so we can figure that out later. um um yes, we could definitely figure that out later. um okay, so all right, so next thing we're going to go and do is yeah, we've created that. So when you click on any of these, we need to send that information, and that's what we're going to go and do. So we're going to go back to the student page HTML, and when you click a particular item on student item clicked, right, and we're going to send ahead the student itself, or the student data, right, and we create. By the way, does anybody have any questions? If you have any questions, I know this is kind of my startup I'm building, but please feel free to ask any questions. So a student item clicked. So now that the student item has been clicked, then we're gonna call this the we need to create a service. We've created a service, but we need to create a method. So let's go ahead, private student service. Student profile service, sorry. Student, right? So we have the student profile service here. And whenever you click the particular student item, we're just going to say this dot student profile service dot open show student profile, right? And we don't have this method now. We'll pass in student. So we're going to go ahead and create this particular method, and it's going to open up our student profile service. And if we go into our app here, we have some errors here. We have this error. This error should go away. We have these ones. So first of all, we're going to go to Git and add them. And now that we've added them, we're just going to do that. So we're just going to import this file here. Use Prettier to prettify everything. And so we're going to use a modal, like I said. So here we're going to say private modal controller. Exactly. And I'm just going to say here, this, well, let's use async await. Await const student profile modal equals this dot modal controller dot create, right? I'm just gonna say await this. We're gonna await this, and here we're just gonna say component student we called it the student. Oh, we haven't created that component. Oh, let's go ahead and do that. Actually, we need to create the student Here, there. Yeah, let's go back to BeltStripe. Oh, student sign in. Oh, we have created student sign in. So where is it? I don't see a student sign in. That's interesting. Okay. Student profile. Oh, not Ionic. Interesting. Okay, there we go. We should go ahead and do it. Okay. So we say student sign in page. And we finish up by saying return, await, student sign in page, product.present. Yeah, so one of the things we've done is we also have a label of the student here. One of the things we can do is current selected student null, and we can just say this dot selected student equals to student. Yeah, okay. Okay, good, good, good. So we now have a handle of the data of the student. So we're gonna go ahead and display it, right? Copycats and hello, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're gonna go ahead and really display this now. Let's see. Okay. So well, let's try that. So if we go here, we click something and we click a name, a student page comes up, right? Does that make sense? We're pretty good. So let's go to the student sign-in page. Just join. By any chance, are you using NX? No, we are not using NX. NX would be overkill for this project. It's a very simple project, so we're not going to be using NX or anything like that. It's pretty straightforward thing, and yeah, so we're not going to be using NX. If you don't know what NX is, it's a thing that enhances the basically it makes the Angular CLI go into overdrive, right? It's Angular CLI running up with steroids. Student sign-in page, and so here, what we're gonna go do here is whenever this gets created, we will basically then call the private, right? To the student profile service. We do the student profile service and student. Oh, exactly. And as soon as this comes in, we just say this dot student equals this dot student profile service that selected student. Exactly. And we're good to go. So we always have that student data, if that makes sense. And then we can kind of come here and say, in the title here, we can say, um, I student the first name, right? We can do that. Or welcome. Right? So the first thing we're doing based on our design is then we show you your first name, your last name, but we don't really need all of that. We ask you to select a coach, and we can use the what particular coach you want to select. So it's like a switch. Let's see. Ionic. Can we use the? Let's see. I don't think the segment is the correct one. No, no, it's not this one. That's the correct one for us, because the segment is horizontal. We want a bunch of buttons, I guess, right? Buttons. We also have. We can use some cards. We can use some check boxes, or actually, we can use a select. We can use a select. We can use a select. Select might be the right one. Yes, this should be the right one. Yeah, because we're asking to select a bunch of from a bunch of teachers that exist, right? So I think the ion select is the correct thing to do here, to use here. Actually, if we're really gonna make this very very easy, and so we're just gonna have an ion item, and here we're just gonna have an ion item, and right here we're just asking to select really. Select your select coach, right? We want to go ahead and create a bunch of dummy data for the coach. So just like we did for the student, why don't we go ahead and create a bunch of dummy data for the coach? So signing page here, const coach list, and it's an array. To make it array of instructors, right? And the first one we would say is it needs to have an ID, one, name, first name. Name of my coach is. I wouldn't want to use his name in public because I don't know if he has given me that permission, and he's a scary guy. And in case I am wrong, he has the capability of ripping my head apart, even though that's not what he would do because he's such a gentleman. I will not risk it. So I'm just gonna say let's get some name from the Gracie family. Gracie family, right? Yeah, this is the Gracie family. So let's get a bunch of them. Uh, so if you don't know who the Gracies are, they're the originators of the Jiu-Jitsu family. The so Helio Gracie, I am under Helio Gracie, Grandmaster Helio Gracie. So that's I'm gonna go with Helion Royla Royce, and these are like the very popular one, right? So so Helio Gracie. No, this is last name. Exactly. So Helio Gracie. And then we have Royla Gracie. So number 2, Royla Gracie. And then we have Royce Gracie. Right. Number 3 here. Who else is very popular? Um, I think Rorian. Rorian is pretty popular as well. Rorian is pretty popular. Yeah, Rorian Gracie. Rorian Gracie. And we also have Rix and Gracie, right? Yep, Rix and Gracie. 1, 2, 3. Helio Royla. Oh, we changed Royce. I think that's enough. Royce Gracie, right? Yeah. So these are a bunch of like coaches, and um um to be honest, we're in the okay, no, we're not in the wrong place. Um coach list equals coach list. Exactly. So now I have a bunch of coaches that we can show in our select page. And then we can go back to the student sign-in page here to HTML, and multiple, not true, you cannot select more than one. Cancel text. Um, um, what does that show us? Let's see. What does the cancel text show us? Na 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 na. Oh, this and that. Uh, I'm just gonna leave this out, to be honest. I don't think we need that. So this is what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna look through this ng4 and coach lists, and I'm gonna bind to value here equals to uh, let coach in coach list coach without ID. Yes, and here I'm gonna have their full names. Coach dot first name. Yes, and make this nicer so we can see some space here, and coach last name. Right. There we go. So now when we go and we click sign into class, Sani Yusuf wants to sign into class. You have to select who your coach is. Well, you can see it says welcome Sani, and oof, okay, it doesn't show. Do we have an error here? Let's see. Let's inspect the element. Do we have an error here? Oh yeah, we do have an error. What's the error? Let's see. What's the console? Show us. ng4. Oh, it's for of. Sorry, guys. I think we should be good now. There you go. There you go. So you can select who your coach is, Royla Gracie, Helio Gracie, and you can go OK. Here you can go OK, Helio Gracie, Royla Gracie, and then you can just click OK, and then you'd see that show up as Helio Gracie. And yeah, whenever you select your particular coach, that just shows you who your coach is, Helio Gracie. And yeah, so nothing fancy, but it works. Then next you have to select. Let's go back to our design board. After you select your coach, you want to select what class. Is it an AM class or a PM class, right? You want to be able to select that from the from there. Like you have to select whether it's an AM or PM class. You must do that. And for this one, It's very easy. We're going to use the segment, ion segment. What's the segment? The segment. This is the segment here. Very straightforward. It just allows you to select AM or whichever one you want. And I love the segment. What's it called? Component. So we just say ion segment and ion item. Let's just put an ion segment here. Value friends. Ion label. Here we just say AM. Actually, we can have a cheeky ion text here. Right, and just say select class time. AM, here we have PM, right? AM, and here we have PM, right? So that's it. We click sign in, Idra Adesanya, AM and PM. We probably want to put this around a div somewhere, division element, and just so like, class. Javier Carrion says you need to check this Master Ionic Jedi. I learned a lot from his courses. Thank you very much, Javier. And I'm doing these things for you lot. It's all free, just to make sure that we're learning more and more. We're actually live streaming an entire business, a startup right now. So here we can just add a class, and we can just say actually we can put everything in here, right? And we can use a very similar class that we had in the homepage. The homepage had a very, very lovely class that I like, that kind of centralized everything, right? So we can just go there and copy that particular class, and just like we can use these two here. So student profile page, student sign-in page, that's the one we want to go. And we can just then student sign in, and we can say, give this a container. Here we can just call this, let's use a strong, really. Yeah, here we go. And now when we click this, we kind of have this. Oof. Okay, this hasn't really worked the way I wanted to. Text align center. Why not? Container. Did we not spell that correctly? Container. That's what we want, right? We want a container. Nope, it hasn't worked. Student sign in, SCSS. Why is it not working? Oh, it's an ID. There we go. Should work. There we go. Maybe this one we probably don't want it. We probably want to say like 25. 25 here, 25. 25. Yeah, let's drag it out. Yeah, somewhere here, and so in there we can go here and say, in here you can have a small div that will just div here and add our segment, or I'm pretty sure there's an ion margin. It's something like ion margin. I'm pretty sure Ionic has a bunch of CSS utilities that you could kind of use, right? Like I am pretty sure. Yeah, ion margin. Exactly. I'm pretty sure ion margin. And if we just did that, this will solve our conundrum for us. No, it doesn't. It does not actually. So, um, let's put this in here. Let's see if it will work on a div. Uh, let's see if this will work. Nope, 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 nope. So we're simply just gonna create a class margin. And we're just gonna go here and say dot margin, and we're just gonna say margin. We're just gonna say 2 rem on each side, right? Yeah, just keep it top, side, bottom. Yeah, yeah, that's much better. And this should probably be somewhere in here, right? Yeah. Yes, we could some CSS in here. Header margin, and bottom margin, bottom. We can say 1 rem, right? Yes, we can say 1 rem. Font size here. Let's change this to like 25, and so we increase it by 25%. So if we divide 26 times divided by 4 is around 6.5. So it's at 32.5 the line height, and we should be good now. It's much better. So select class time. So remember, we're trying to use the segment. This is what the segment allows us to do, right? So we're trying to select the segment. I think we can give the segment a color. Yeah. So we can say segment type is the color scheme. Color equals primary. No. Yeah. Let's go with success. Light green. We go there. Nope. That is COLOR. Yes. Yeah. Pretty sure. Oh, I see. We want this here. There you go. Pretty nice, right? Pretty nice. Exactly. You select either an AM or PM class. I like that. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. The AM and a PM class. Right. Okay. And over here, you come here, you select AM or PM class. Yes. Yep. So we're kind of good to go now. We can then go ahead and really like finish this up. Let's see, how far are we? We just need our signing page. Actually, we just need that. and we select our coach. The funny thing is, why don't we just add this ion item here inside of the class margin here? Okay. Give it some space here. Go right in the middle. Exactly. And you select your coach, or actually, no. No, 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 no. And in the CSS here, we just say margin left is, well, actually, we can just use margin and just say auto, but here we on the x-axis, so it's normally top and bottom x-axis. Then we can say to rem, and this would just give 0 or automatic for both top and bottom, but for the other ones it's just gonna, so yeah, you can see that there's a nice margin in here, that kind of thing, that we can sort of like, we can see that. So I like that. Welcome Connor, and we can come here and select our coach, Early Gracie, Helio Gracie, whatever Gracie, select that. And now we just need to have a button at the end here. And at the end of this, we want to have a button somewhere at the bottom. Yeah, so we want to have a button here, iron button, right? And we want to say color. We want to use the success button. And when we do that, we simply say success button. We could what's in that button? Sign in, right? And that's it. Let's see what this button would look like. Sign in. I want this button to be block button. So if we go to Ionic, ion button, right? I think Ionic does allow you to ion button. Here we go. Ooh, ion ripple effect. What is that? The ripple effect acts material design. Okay, interesting. I'm not messing with that. That's just for the material design. Yeah, a block button. There we go. There's the block button. I think you can make it block. I can't remember how. Button type. I think it's the button type, right? No, it's not the button type. Expand is block or full. Exactly, expand. So I'm just going to say expand block, and that's what we would do. So let's go there. Sign into class. Yes. Complete. That's it. You really just complete the process, and now you just click that, and then you're good to go. Obviously, we haven't connected with the data source or anything like that yet at this point in time. So we can have this here, connect this here, and then we could just complete the sign in. So let's see how that would work. And so that we can round up here. We're at a 2-hour 13 mark. We will be rounding up around 2-hour 15, which is in like 10-15 minutes. So we would see here. Click here. We would say on complete sign in button clicked. Yes, I like verbosity. Verbosity is good. It never killed anybody. It only pissed someone off. And here, what we will do is we would make this nice and clean. And here we will call the private. I'm going to use the toast controller. Toast controller here. I'm going to use the toast controller. Exactly. If you don't know what a toast controller is, a toast controller allows you to create toast messages. So I'm just going to say, if there's an async method, async, I'm just going to say await this dot toast controller dot, right, create a toast. And what are the options for a toast message? We can click here. We can see the options are, it's just a, well, we can go to documentation, toast controller. We can see, yep, ion toast, and we can see that. This is what a toast looks like. So this is the interface. You can select the text, the icon, the role, what side, blah, 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 blah. I just kind of need the, oh, this is a toast button that you can create. This is the toast option. So I just need message here. I'm just going to go with my header, actually. With the header. And I'm just saying, you class sign in for, let me make this for get a student dot first name successful, right? We do that. We say, okay, look, and that's it. And wait, const, let's create the toast sign in toast equals, and then now we go into sign in toast dot present return await. That's it. Okay, so let's try that now. Let's test this out. We click sign in here. We present with Helio Gracie. We're going to the morning class, and we click complete sign in, and then you can see class sign in for either other sign in successful. We should probably make this green. Yeah, color. So we could just say color. I'm just gonna say success, exactly, and position. I'm gonna say middle, actually. Position. Oh wait, let's make it at the top, really. It's out of our league. Okay. So here we just say that, right? And we do that, and let's just click that, and you can see class sign in for other sign is successful. And the next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is really now return the user back to the page, because as soon as this is done, we await this. Then what we want to do is we want to say return, and we're gonna need our private modal controller, right? And we just say return this dot modal controller dot dismiss, right? So that's kind of so that everything just closes up. Oh, we need to provide the timeout duration for our modal. So let's put a duration saying we don't want you to just show maybe 3,000 milliseconds. That's 3 seconds, right? We shouldn't be more than 3 seconds. Okay, so sign in, Israel Adesanya, Roy Legracy this time, PM class, complete sign in, and then that's it. Oh, but we still have the other modal window open, so we need to make sure we are always closing this modal window before we dismiss. So if you look at the modal controller, it has some methods here, right? So before that means we need to go back to this particular page, the signing student page, right here. So we need to go here and say student search here, where we open that particular modal. Yes. And as soon as this is done, sorry. Here, exactly. So before we open up this, we need to call this dot modal controller dot dismiss first of all, right? It sees the currently shown model, which would be the current one, and then we show the new one, right? And we can actually provide some options here, right? Pretty sure we can. What are some of the? Oh no, it's just the data. We don't really get to. Oh, okay. No, we're good to go here. Await this, and then we do our thing here. Okay. Oh, so we have some new comments. Sign-in button will be disabled unless user selects class time. Yep. That should be the idea, but we're not going to be implementing that today. We're going to be implementing that when we now want to use our database, which should be the next version of this. Okay, so if we go here, sign in Yusuf, we complete sign in. Still doesn't work. We need to await this first. This should not show. There you go. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Maybe it didn't refresh. There you go. That's what the class signing for. See? So you see sign here. Class signing for Yusuf. Oh, not Yusuf. Sorry. We need to do first name. Right? And by the way, guys, this is a real application that I'm going to be presenting to my jiu-jitsu gym, right? Like this is it. This is where we're solving my problem for me. But the whole idea is you come here, this is what you would see when you walk into the gym. You say sign into class, and then you sign into class, and then you'd search your name here. Obviously, we haven't done that. We're just assuming this is all. And then you put your name, Sani Yusuf. You select what coach. What would be nice is if we can have, like, when you select the coach, a little photo of the coach and their name, just to make sure that who your coach is. That kind of thing. You select your coach. You select your coach. Rory Gracie, Helio Gracie. You select AM or PM, and then you complete sign in, and that's it. Class sign in for Sani Yusuf successful. And another thing that would be nice is if we could have, if you look at my terrible thing, you could have like the most recent sign-ins, so you could sort of like see like the last few people to log in, right? And then you can see their sign-in basically, so that you can have that information. But I think this rounds up basically what we want to do today, and we already have access to this. This is BeltStripe. I'm gonna be saving. I need to push this to GitHub. At this point in time, I will be pushing the. I don't know if I should be pushing the private or the public. I'll figure out the whole thing where when I push to Git, so that it could be useful. If you want access to the code, just let me know, and I'll probably like create like a Stack Blitz version of it so that you can just get access to that. That's probably what I would do. But Yeah, so we're gonna round up now. Any questions before we go ahead? This has been absolutely amazing. We look at how we've created like an Android and iOS version of an application that we've just been working on. Look at our app. Look at our app. We started from nothing, and now we have welcome to BeltStripe, sign into class, and you click sign into class, and a bunch of your favorite class students come up, and then you click that, and you select your coach, Helio Gracie, select class time, whether it's AM or PM. You pick which one you want, and you complete your sign in, and then class sign in for sign you successful. And the same for Android. You select your class, Royal Gracie, PM, and you do that class signing for Khabib Nurmagomedov successful. I think it's a very, very lovely thing. So, anything? Anybody? Any questions before we leave? I am actually starving now. Let me look at some of my messages. I'm pretty sure. So apparently, people have been messaging me, which is crazy. Okay. All right. Well, without further ado, this is gonna be where we finish our. Let me just stop sharing the screen here. I wish I had like a Kevin Samuels type of intro. Na, 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 na. I will find a better one. Yeah. We're gonna work on that. So thank you very much for everybody. We've had like people from Facebook, from Twitter, from YouTube, from Twitch. From I've never used Twitch until today, and it's been absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for coming. Would you like me to schedule this like the next one so that like you're pretty much aware ahead of time? Would that be useful? And if that's something you can help me by creating like a banner or something like that, feel free. Maybe we can do something like next Saturday as well, right? Like something like this on Saturday, or maybe like yeah. I think weekends make sense. People are home, they can learn. It's a weekend class. There's no excuses, right? You can just take the 2-3 hours. Today we're about a 2.5 hour mark. I think 2.5 hours is pretty good for a live stream. Y'all ain't pay me for this anyways, right? And yes. Oh, someone's asking when the next class is. I'm guessing I'll try to schedule something for maybe Saturday. I'm gonna try and do Saturday. Today I did 3 o'clock to 5:30. Seemed like a good time. People are home. Uh, Normally, how do you keep focus while coding? Any tips for that? I don't really have tips for you. Focus. You cannot really be focused. Like this is the most focused. When I'm working in real life, this is very focused for me because you guys are watching me, so I kind of have to do it. But in real life, I'm watching YouTube. I'm reading tweets. I'm more productive when I do that. So I always say one thing I try to do is log out of Twitter and all of that, and do not open any browser apart from what you're doing. I think that would really help. Although I feel on that. Yes. So any questions before I leave? Any questions? Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. Please feel free to subscribe, right? Subscribe. If you want to. Yes. It's been very, very fun. I've actually enjoyed this. I did not know I was going to enjoy this as much as I thought I would. Like it's been really fun. Uh, so it seems like everybody wants me to come on next Saturday, so we should probably pre-schedule this, right? I'll pre-schedule it so that the links will be available ahead of time. Maybe I'll make the links available on a Thursday, and then things like that. Yeah, but it's been really, really, really fun watching this. It's been absolute fun. I've genuinely enjoyed this. Okay. All right. Good to go. Uh, Thank you very much. And this is where I go.